Warning, this episode contains adult language, mature situations, plucky young main characters, heroes of the sky who do really mean things, early 20th century period accurate settings, international fame, the launch of our Patreon, Naoki Urasawa's unique artwork, nostalgia galore, and lots of cool news. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 416, Asadora. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. I'm your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope all of you are doing well out there and hope you're excited for a lot of really fun content because I am set and ready to talk about lots of stuff. But beforehand, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. This is the Spiraken Manga Review, or some podcasts and manga reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. Now, what does that mean? Well, every episode we talk about one or two geeky topics, and I tell you the pros and cons about this. Since this is the manga review, obviously we're talking about manga. I tell you how the art style is, the overarching plot, the characters, the production design, and most importantly, if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't have to agree with anything that I or my co-hosts say, but we try to be educational, enlightening, exciting, and most importantly, entertaining. Now, you can check out the last 414 episodes of this podcast as the other 500 episodes of various podcasts at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher, and various other social media sites. Just type in SPIRAKN. I guarantee you find us one way or the other. And I'm proud to announce that officially, as of this week, we have launched our official Spiraken Patreon, yes, which you could find at either patreon.podbean.com/Spiraken or patreon.com/Spiraken. Really easy to remember. And with that, you're able to help support our podcast and help us to make some really cool new content that I'm really excited to talk about. And you can check them out at those sites. But just to give you a little bit of an overview, we have 4 tiers: the Konnichiwa tier, the Aloha tier, the Buongiorno tier, and the Welcome tier. And whichever one you choose, there are different benefits. The lowest, which is our Konnichiwa tier, comes with a thank you, which is going to be on the website, and access to our lost episodes library. Now, as you go up to higher tiers, there are more benefits, including recommending things for us to review, actually being on this podcast, and getting access to things which will be coming out soon, which I don't want to spoil because everyone likes a good surprise. But share and subscribe and check out the Patreon. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you want me to add. And let me know at zan@spiraken.com what you think about it. So now that that is out of the way, let's actually get to it because we've got some very cool news in the manga world. Now, starting off with the 60th Japan Science Fiction Convention, or the Nihon SF Taikai, revealed the list of nominees for the 52nd Annual Shun Awards on April 24th. Now, there are multiple categories, and the nominees of the comic category include Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba by Kyoharu Gotoge. There's Kimi wo Shinatsenai Tame no Storia by Toriko Gen. There is Hozoki's Cool-Headedness by Natsumi Iguchi. There's The Promised Neverland by Pozuka Demizu and Kaio Shirai. There's School Live by Norimitsu Kaiho and Sodoru Chiba. There's Hinamatsuri by Masao Otake. And those are our comic category nominees. Then we have the nominees for the Japanese novel category, which include Sekai Izumi no Hitan, or The Logistics of Star System Izumo by Joji Hayashi. One More Nuke by Taiyo Fuji. Rail Wars by Takumi Toyoda. There's Kaneki no Uta Hakubusuken Watashi-san, or Ode to Joy, Museum Planet 3 by Hiroi Suga. Titan by Mado Nozaki. Sonohate wa Shirazu, or Without Knowing That End, by Taku Mayumura, which is also known as Psychic. Shirai no Uma, A Horse from Shirai by Hanako Takayama. Jinko Chiyo de Jo-oku Getsuru Kanzei Hanzai Manual, or The Perfect Crime Manual to Getting $1 Billion via AI by Junzo Takeda. The Irregulars at Magic High School by Tsutomu Satao. And additionally, Aritsun Toyota's Nihon Anime Tanjo, or The Birth of Japanese Anime Book, and Yukito Tomiya's Shoujo Manga no Busaku Josei, or The Report of a Plain Woman on Shoujo Manga. Both were nominated for the nonfiction category. And also in the free category, they nominated the Gundam Factory Yokohama Complex with a moving Gundam statue, as well as some other interesting entries like the SpaceX Crew Dragon launch, the return of the Hayabusa 2 asteroid probe sample capsule, and this whole viral thing that happened in 2020 that I'm not going to bring up because I don't want to talk about it. But it's kind of cool. Anyone who's registered for the Nihon SF Taikai can vote online for the winners from April 24th through 15th. And the winners are going to be announced at the event on August 1st through 22nd. So if you want to check those out, there's tons of things to vote on besides that. The short story, translated novel, translated short story, media, comic, art, nonfiction, the free category, which is just random things. It's kind of cool. So definitely check it out. And I am excited. Personally, for me, what I would choose for the Japanese novel, I would say Rail Wars or the Irregulars at Magic High School, and the comics, I'm thinking Kimetsu no Yaiba or Promised Neverland. But that. So in other news, we've got lots of convention news. First off, it's been announced that, surprise, the Kyoto International Manga and Anime Fair is returning this September, which is on the 18th and 19th, and is going to be held at the Miyoko Mess Convention Center, the ROHM Theater Kyoto, the Kyoto International Manga Museum, which is really cool, and the Toei Kyoto Studio Park. Now, the organizers also stated that they're going to prioritize the health of the attendees and the staff and are going to comply with health guidelines, which is pretty cool. And this sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I would love to go here. And, maybe through some way I'll be able to afford to come here, especially if you check out the Patreon. I'm not saying you have to, because I'm going to be releasing these podcasts for free no matter what. But if you want to get some cool content, like I would love to actually do a video at the Kyoto International Manga Museum and actually get some interviews. It'd be kind of cool to do that. But anyway, off topic. Now back to more convention news. Anime Fest 2021 in Dallas, which we were saying was still on, has been canceled. Guess why? Yep, you're right, COVID-19. However, they're going to be streaming a free Anime Fest virtual celebration on July 31st. They're going to try to see if they can plan a live event for later this year, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Also, Vancouver's Anarivo Summer 2021 convention also been canceled due to current public health order. Now, next year's convention is scheduled for July 30th through August 1st, and like most conventions, all prepaid tickets are going to be rolled over to next year. So there's that. Also, GameCon news. So, German Game Industry Association announced they have canceled the live on-site portion of this year's GameCon video game trade fair. It's now going to be a free digital event, and their reason for cancellation is that too many companies are unable to participate in physical events due to still difficult development with the vaccine and not. So yeah, lots of news with that. So now let's get some other news, one which I'm really excited to talk about, also because one of the old friends of the podcast was obsessed with this novel that we're going to be talking about, and it is Tatsuhiko Takamoto has written a sequel to NHK ni Yokosu, or Welcome to the NHK, that with John Paul, aka Fight Bait, we reviewed all the way back in episode 100 of this podcast. That's 416 episodes ago. Crazy, right? But this new sequel's work is titled Shin NHK ni Yokozu, or the new Welcome to the NHK. I'm curious if it's going to be about the same main character or if it's going to follow someone else. We're going to have to wait and see. But it's going to be available as part of the Elites Volume 3 publication at the 23rd Literature Flea Market Tokyo on May 16th. So if you can get a hold of this, let us know what you think. One more bit of news. Wani Books is no longer publishing Elf-san wa Yashwaranai, or Plus-Sized Elf. Yes, they're not going to be doing it anymore. However, the creator, Shinichi, announced that the manga is going on a half-year hiatus as it changes publishers. Then the manga will continue on for just a little bit longer. So they're going to continue releasing this. They're just going to shop it around, because this is apparently a very popular series, which is mind-blowing to me, because when I reviewed this a couple episodes back, I put my thoughts about how weird this story is. But anyway, I digress. So let's get into some licensing news. The only one that has released licensing news is Yen Press. And this one is kind of cool. They've announced a new imprint for their company, and it is an audiobook imprint called Yen Audio. Maybe I should see if I can work for them and do some audiobooks. Would you guys be interested in me doing audiobooks? email me, zanspiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken if you think that that'd be a good idea. Anyway, so back to this. So Yen Audio. The company has partnered with Hacheta Audio to produce, sell, and distribute digital audiobooks for select titles. They revealed 5 novel series titles. They will receive audiobooks this year as well as a release schedule. So there's going to be Solo Leveling Volume 1 of Korean novel series by Jugong, July. You have Sword Art Online Volume 1 by Reki Kawahara, which is coming out in August. Overlord Volume 1 by Kugan Murayama Sobin, coming out in September. Solo Leveling Volume 2 in October. Sword Art Online Volume 2 in October. The Miracles of the Namiya General Store Volume 1 by Keigo Higashino, coming out in November. The Saga of Tanya the Evil Volume 1 by Carlos Sen and Shinobu Shinotsuke, coming out also in November. Overlord Volume 2 coming out in December. Sword Art Online Volume 3 in December. And after these initial releases, Yen Press and Hachette Audio plan to release regular seasonal adaptations, and the companies will announce the voice cast and narrators for the audiobooks at a later date. So who knows, maybe I can get involved in this soon. But if you're interested, let me know what you think. Maybe we'll have to bombard Yen Press with lots of messages saying, hey, have Zan speak about this. He knows what he's talking about. He's a smart guy. You know, just some shameless plugging right. But I am digressing. I think, right? So because we have some other news, let's get to. So in August of 2021, Haru Aso and Shiro Yoshida are launching a new manga titled No You Girl, or as it's translated, National Hot Spring Girl, on Shogakuken's Yawaraka Spirits web manga site. Now, the manga is described as an outdoor comedy about a girl who goes around visiting National Hot Spring. The artwork hasn't been shown yet, but this one could be pretty cool. I wonder if it's a slice of life or if it's a bio manga. We're going to have to wait and see. On May 25th, Kaoru Tarashiya, the mangaka of Kaoru Watatsuki, is launching a new manga titled Monster no Konkatsuya-san, or Monster Marriage Matchmaking Service. Yes, it's another monster harem series. And this manga story follows marriage advisor Yuto Nakao, who supports the marriage matchmaking of humans, succumbi, and vampires. This one could be pretty cool, especially because we don't have the weirder monster girls in this. If it's just the humanoid ones, I'll be fine with it. Once it gets really weird, then I get disturbed by it and it gets strange. I pointed out that there's one series I didn't like in one form, and they got very mad at me for talking about my dislike for one type of monster girl. But this one seems kind of cool. Also on May 25th, manga creator Okama is launching a new manga titled B Made Koi wa Ai Makase, or Leave Love Up to AI Until Step B, in Akita Shoten's Dokidemo Young Champions digital magazine. Now, the manga is teased with the tagline, a dating app becomes an unpopular high school guy's Cupid. The artwork looks kind of cute. We're going to have to see what it is. I'm thinking this is one of those, unpopular guy gets a wonderful goddess girl and hilarity ensues. Probably. On May 21st, Chie Shinkyu, the mangaka of Wakako Zake, is launching a new manga titled Mikako Nanuji ni San, or 72-year-old Makaki, on the Comic Xenon website. Now, the manga is going to center on the titular Mikako, a 72-year-old woman whose husband had recently passed away and who now lives alone in the couple's old house. Her children and grandchildren worry for her and give her a smartphone, and when using it, she comes across the old account of her husband. Oh no, what has he said? So this one seems very well done and something original. And more importantly than that, I am a huge fan of Chie Shinkyu. Wakako Zake is a really fun manga, and I really love advocating it because it's one of those ones that's so original and so different that it works well. So when this one comes out, I'm putting it on the wheel because it's going to be great. Anyway, next one. On April 30th, Jiro Matsumoto, the mangaka for Velveteen and Mandala, oh god, I hated that manga, launched a new manga titled Beautiful Place on the Comiplex manga website, which is the manga website for Hero Inc.'s monthly hero magazine. So yes, the Comiplex manga website. And this gun action manga follows two girls born in Japan during a civil war. Shimon Hanazawa is a woman who participates in her school's volunteer activities, and Momoko Kosaka is her classmate and instructor. Seems kind of cool. It's probably going to be really insane and weird. And hopefully they don't go to the really disturbing levels that Velveteen and Mandala went to, because while it was funny to see lots of references to other series like Pokemon and RPGs and Tenchi Muyo, it was really screwed up to see things like having a girl actually going to the bathroom and it's showing parts of it. And it wasn't even like, it's not even hentai. It's just like, why would you show that in general? Really a bizarre. Anyway, so that is the news. Let me know what you think. And let's actually get to the manga review, the reason why I do this podcast. And so, if you remember from the last episode, I spun that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga, and I did tend to be reviewing a manga that was written by one of my favorite mangakas of all time. We're talking about Naoki Urasawa, the creator of Monster, Master Keaton, 20th Century Boys, and Pluto. So he's a very prestigious mangaka who's created some great series with a unique art style. This was published by Shogakukan, but released over here by Viz Media. Original run is 2018 to present. There are 5 volumes, and the name of this manga is Renzoku Manga Shosetsu Asadora, or Serial Manga Novel Asadora, or as we have it released over here, Asadora. And this is a mystery sci-fi series that is a seinen series, or technically shonen, but it's more seinen series. And the premise of this is completely batshit crazy, which I was shocked at. So it opens up. In the far distant year of 2020, a large creature is rampaging through Tokyo, destroying everything in its path. Oh no, what will we do? What will happen? Well, the series immediately cuts to 1959. And it's following a young girl named Asadora, who is this very spunky young girl from a huge family in Nagoya. And it's also the time of a big, what they think it's a typhoon. A lot of wind, a lot of crying, and she's saying, I hear a crying sound, but she doesn't know. And she's running to the doctor because her mom is giving birth to her 11th sibling. Yeah, her mom is having 12 kids. Crazy. But she's going to go to the doctor and talk to him and get him to see her mom before this typhoon happens and deliver the baby. That's what she wants to happen. And while she's running, she runs into her friend Shota. Now, Shota is a boy who is practicing to be in the Olympics and become the representative of Japan. So he's the guy that's going to carry the Japanese flag. And he's from a family of marathon runners. His older brothers were runners, his father was runners, and each one of them was unable to do it because of different reasons. One, because of the war, the games were canceled. Another one was injured in battle. The third one, he just wasn't able to make the team. So he is the hope of the family. And Asa calls him the star of hope for that family. And there's a thing where maybe he likes her, we're not sure, but she's being there with him and helping him inspire. But he's like, no, I don't need your congratulations or your hope. I can do this on my own. Even though you're faster than me, no one can know you're faster than me because I'm better. I have to be the best. I'm the one who's going to do it. And hey, where did you go? And long story short, Asa gets kidnapped by someone and no one notices. She disappears and the kidnapper is going to kidnap her for, well, it's kind of a funny reason, but he kidnaps her. Then he realizes, wait, I'm never going to get any money from this girl because her family has no money. So I'm just going to let her go. And when he's about to let her go, Typhoon gets louder and louder. There's a loud noise. And he ends up saving the girl. And this thief, Sifu Kasuga, saves her. And then with Asa's encouragement, ends up becoming a hero by stealing a plane with her and delivering food to all the people who are in the flooded and destroyed houses from what's going on. And besides this, there is an element of a monster, but I'm not going to say any more because this is a very crazy manga that's very heartfelt and it is very Naoki Urasawa. It's got a mystery that you don't know what's going on, and you have all of these elements occurring, but our main focus is Asa, because we're looking from her point of view, and we see her as a child. And then in volume 2, which just came out, I read it for this one, it gets to her being a teenager and seeing how things have changed. And she's a girl who started off as just being, one of 12. She's the girl that no one would remember because she's the youngest. Everyone's like, oh, aren't you Hitatsu? No, I'm Asa. Oh, you changed your name? No, I'm the youngest. Oh, okay, whatever. And everyone forgets about her. But she ends up becoming a person you can't forget because she's got the heart of a champion, and she's someone who completely astonishes everybody with what she wants to do. And with the help of the guy who essentially kidnapped her, she ends up becoming a better person and a person who does something amazing, because the guy was a thief, not because he's a career thief. He did it as a one-time thing because he fell on hard times and he was trying to better himself, but he realized he was making a mistake, and she helped him become the hero that he once was. Now, I'm not going to spoil any more about this because I think that you should read this. It is sci-fi, it's mystery, it's a period piece, it's action, it's aerial. There's a little aerial combat in it. This is Miyazaki worthy, the designs on the airplanes, by the way. And there's so many little elements that work together to create this amazing narrative following this young girl trying to solve this mystery on what happened that day in 1959. That we know at 2020 there was a giant monster, but we don't know where the monster came from. And all this going on. So out of our rating system, I gotta give this a really, really, really fucking cool. It is really cool. It's excellent. I highly recommend you buy it right now. Just go to the store, buy it. It's that good. Generally with Naoki Urasawa, I do not have an issue with it. With the exception of Master Keaton, I love every single one of his works because they're all different and unique, and they have something special about them. And this one is just as special as the rest of them. And just like with his other works, this is one of those ones that you're going to want to show to non-manga fans because it is such a different story. And that's my thoughts about this. If you've read Asadora, what do you think? Did you like it? Did you expect the twist in the series? I was shocked by one of the twists in the first volume. That was just something I was out of left field. But it's a great series, and I recommend it. So remember, you can check out any of our other episodes at www.spiraken.com. You can email me personally at Zan, that's Xan at Spiraken.com. You can tweet me at Spiraken. Remember to like and subscribe, and check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Spiraken or patreon.podbean.com/Spiraken, and support the podcast. Help us to grow to be the best we can be, because I want to do this as best I can, and I want to make sure that I am able to be the best podcaster that you have. I want to be the podcaster that you guys believe in. Join it, check it out. Let's see where we can go with this. So now let's get to the manga releases for the week. This is from May 5th, 2021. We have 22 volumes that have come out, including Black Clover Volume 25, Boruto Naruto Next Generations Volume 11, Chasing After Aoi Koshiba Volume 2, Daytime Shooting Star Volume 12, Haikyuu Volume 44, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 Diamond is Unbreakable Volume 9. Oh yeah. Kaguya-sama Love is War Volume 19, Love Me Not Volume 8, Manly Appetites, Minagishi Loves Otsu Volume 2, Monster Girl Dr. Zero, the light novel, Penguin Drum, the light novel, Volume 3, Shortcake Cake, Volume 12, Skeleton Night in Another World, Volume 6, Snow White with the Red Hair, Volume 13, Super Hex Rose, Volume 2, The Dungeon of Black Company, Volume 6, The King's Beast, Volume 2, The Promised Neverland, Volume 19. There is one volume left, and there are no more. The Quintessential Quintuplets, Volume 14, The Saint's Magic Powers Omnipotent Light Novel, Volume 3, Weathering with You, Volume 3, and World Trigger, Volume 22. And the ones I'm excited for are Promised Neverland, Quintessential Quintuplets, Snow White with the Red Hair, Penguin Drum, Kaguya-sama, JoJo's, and Chasing After Aoi Koshiba. Which of these are you in? Let me know in the comments below. And with that in mind, first off, thank you guys for staying with me. Thank you for listening. If you want, check out our YouTube channel. I've been releasing some really cool reactions to trailers. I think the next one the last one I did was Shang-Chi, and I Want to Beat America, West Side Story. Sorry, my brain's kind of fuzzy right now. But you can check those out at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Spiraken. We've got some more that we have planned. We're going to see what's coming out. Hopefully we get an Eternals trailer so I can talk about Eternals. I've been waiting for that for a long time, but I digress. And so now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about that one, that only, the Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on. What I've done is I've assigned a manga top to each of the 10 slots. So when I spin that one, not only the Wheel of Manga, whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that slot is the manga that we review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 417. So let's spin into your review, and we've got some great titles on here. And if you want to find out what we have on the list, you could check them out at our Discord at tinyurl.com/Spira Discord. Check it out and join. And just let you know, if you do join the Patreon, we have a private Discord just for you guys with some really cool there. So anyway, let me spin and see what we're going to review in the next episode. Number 7. Whoa. So, in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, I'm reviewing a manga which came out 3 weeks ago. So that's going to be kind of cool. I'm a little excited to talk about that. I think there's only 3 chapters of this right now. You can read on Viz Media. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Candy Flurry. So we talked about this, the news last week, and I put it on here, and I guess it came out. So we're going to see how this goes. It's only 3 episodes or chapters, but might be good, might be bad. I'm excited to read it. Aren't you? Well, anyway, guys, girls, men, women, ladies, others, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope that your day is great. Your week is great. I hope you keep enjoying finding some cool manga. Hope that I've been able to inform you a little bit. And as usual, I'm Zan. I'm Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep reading manga.